It's time for another edition of the podcast. This is Financial Choices Matter with Charles Scott. And we're going to talk about the aha moment that I guess you have in retirement, Charles. Aha. Well, aha's better than uh-oh.
That for sure.
And it's not the 80s band aha, so it's simply the aha moment. And Charles is like, who are you talking about?
The aha? Really?
Yeah, they had that song "Take on Me" that everyone.
Oh,
knows.
yeah.
Yeah, they were called aha. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, that's true. So aha. All right. So what are we talking about with this aha moment? Is it the aha of retirement, or is it what? What's the deal here?
Well, I don't know. It depends on different people. I had one a long time ago that I thought was just really interesting. We moved to Arizona from the greater Seattle area 25 years ago. Good grief. I was doing a lot of pre-divorce financial planning, which I really enjoyed doing. Loved working with the clients. The attorneys didn't like me because I could fix stuff for the clients really quickly, and which took billable hours out of their pocket. But anyway. So we eventually stopped doing that. But very interesting, because one of the things, and I talk about this a lot, is, coming up, helping people understand how much they spend every month. Mm-hmm. It's not a budget, it's a spending plan. So we were doing that. And I gave a lady that I was working with lived out in Mesa, and she was getting a divorce. And I had given her all of the work to do, the homework that you have to do. Right. And she had done a very, very diligent job about it. And it was really interesting because they have a spreadsheet. So she really did as good a job as anybody had done up to that point in time. Okay. And she was so excited, and she slid the spreadsheet across to me, across the table. We were actually meeting at a library. And I looked at it and I thought, okay. So she had 2 copies, and I slid it back. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, don't you want it? I said, I have a copy. I said, it's not for me.
It's for you.
This is for you.
Yeah.
This is so you know. And she just went, oh, I get it. I get light bulb, big light bulb, flashing light bulb. It's like,
because it's your plan.
It's your plan. And she went, yeah. It was like, aha. And that's just one that I have told over and over and over again, because that's probably one of the most memorable ones that I've ever had in doing this for as long as I've been doing this.
And whatever your trigger is your trigger, right? So if you see a certain number on the the plan layout or whatever, then that does it for you. Great. Maybe the aha moment is you don't feel like you can spend as comfortably as you want to in retirement. Yeah. But then you see this and you go, oh, sweet, I can.
And sometimes the aha moment has had absolutely nothing to do with dollars and cents. It's just, I can, it's like,
So peace of mind?
Yeah, a lot of that. Or it's okay if I thought this way. I'm not nuts for thinking like I'm thinking. I mean, I get accused of that all the time, but that's justifiable.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, so.
But, I think no matter what stage you're going through, like you said, this person was obviously, I guess, pre-divorce, right? Or going through one.
Ended up being divorced for sure.
Yeah. So there's extra layers of frustration and worriedness there too, obviously.
Yeah.
So lots of little moving parts. And I think at the end of the day, when you're trying to think about, what do I need to feel okay or be okay in retirement? Yeah, the X's and the O's and the math are important. Yeah. But I think getting it and it clicking makes a lot of sense, Charles, because if you're helping me build a plan and we're building a plan and it's not clicking and I'm not sticking to that or working with you on that, then is it doing any good?
Well, it's better than not having anything, but it might be more frustrating. And it's
true.
Not.
Okay.
And always we reinforce, this is your plan. These are your numbers. These are not my numbers. These are your numbers. So you need to figure out now, with some guidance and coaching from us, how does all of that come together for you? Because that's really, truly what it's all about. I have a plan. I do it different for me than if I were you, but because we're not the same person. And we don't have the same things. So it doesn't make any difference, but it's your deal. It's your thing. So you gotta intellectually own it as well as emotionally own it.
Yeah. Well, very true, right?
Yeah, that's not.
Like if anything in life, if I think, we've all gotten so consumed with various things like, you look at this the new weight loss thing that's been happening across the country for the last couple of years, or last year or so, these little injections or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
There is no magic anything, right?
Yep.
So if you don't own it,
Yep,
right?
that's right.
If you don't put something into it, what are you expecting to get out of it? I think we've gotten into this false sense of, hey, this thing's going to fix all my ills, and there's really nothing to do for that except for yourself.
There is no one size fits all easy fix. I don't have to do anything. I just take this pill kind of thing.
Yeah, magic bullet, whatever.
Doesn't exist, shouldn't exist, because it's way more worthwhile if you realize what you need to do and then do it.
Well, okay, so thinking about the aha moment, if somebody comes in and says they're a potential new client and they're like, here's all the stuff that I've got.
Yeah.
Make it perfect for me. Give me the perfect plan. And
Wrong
they don't want to participate or put any input in.
And we'll just push the stuff back across the table and say thanks, but we're not a good fit.
Well, but I'm saying for folks who might try to find somebody who does want to take their money and just do it, are you really going to get a plan that's going to work for you? No, because you're not putting any input in.
No, that's right. It's yeah. I mean, I can crunch numbers all day long for people. That doesn't mean they're going to do it.
You got to follow.
If you're not going to follow through, if it's not yours, if you don't own it, it's not going to work. It's just not. I don't care how persuasive I am and how charming and delightful I can be on rare occasions. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
So don't fool yourself. If you're not
don't be fooled, Charles. I think that's the other thing. Don't. I mean, there's definitely going to be people that'll take your money, right?
Sure.
But if you're not owning it, then you're going to be. It's like weight loss or anything. You've got to participate in order for stopping smoking, right? You can't just take the Nicoderm and expect it to fix it. You got to be in it as well.
Yeah, that's true. So it's.
I mean, my wife's tried 4 different versions and none of them have worked so far because she's not willing to give it up.
Okay.
That's the true deal, right?
Well, she can't say, "Gee, I wish I could," because you're not. You don't.
Right. Exactly.
Either what is it? Do or not do, Yoda?
There is no try, only do.
There is no try. There's only do or not do.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So she did the homework. She had the plan. She looked at everything. She had stuff that she wrote it all down on paper, and then she slid it over to you. And you're like, "I don't need it because it's your plan."
Yeah, it's mine. I got a copy of it. That's great. I'll help you keep on track. If you've got questions, then we'll talk about them. But it's all about you. And it was just. She sort of just sat back and went, "Oh, yeah, it is."
And you watched the little light bulb come on.
Light bulb went on. Literally, you could see it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. Yeah. Well, there you go. Simple enough. The aha moment. Do you have one? Do you need one? Probably do. And how do you get one? Well, you find somebody to work with you that can help you build a plan that's right for you, and finding out, getting that good camaraderie, that good relationship, so that whenever it does click, it makes sense. So if you need some help, reach out to Charles and Sherry at Financial Choices Matter. That's the name of the podcast. You can just click on the links in the show notes right below here. We've got all the links and the details right there. So just go check that out and subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. And we'll see you next time on Financial Choices Matter with Charles Scott.
Ready to learn more? Get a complimentary review of your retirement landscape today. Reach out to Charles and Sherry at Pelleton Capital. Don't wait and let time pass you by. Sit down and build a rock-solid strategy that keeps the focus on you and your family. Visit Pelleton Capital or click the link in the show description. And don't forget to subscribe to Financial Choices Matter on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.
Financial planning and investment advisory services are provided by Pelleton Capital Management Limited, a state-registered investment advisor. Past performance is not indicative of future results. No one should assume the information presented here serves as a receipt of or substitute for personalized individual advice provided by Pelleton Capital Management. For more information, visit www.pelletoncapital.com.